So, good day everyone. So, for today we're going to discuss about debits and credits. But before that, let's have first a short recap of what we have discussed last time. Last time, we were be able to discuss about the different accounting elements and you were able to classify them according to their own classifications. Let's start off with asset. When we say assets, these are the values that the business owned. Okay, so tandaan po natin yung principle po natin ng separate accounting entity by which iba po ang pagmamayari ng negosyo at pagmamayari ng negosyante. Okay? Another accounting element is liabilities. Liabilities naman, these are the values we owed from other people or from a third party. Ito po yung mga inutang po natin, in other words. And when we say capital, it represents the investment of the owner. Ito po yung puhunan po natin o yung pera na gagamitin natin para mapaikot po natin sa mismong negosyo. When we say income, these are the result of business operations that tends to increase our capital. So napapataas po niya ang ating capital and by which nakukuha po natin to once we give product or sell products or render services to our customers. And lastly, we have what we call expenses. Ang expenses naman po, these are the result of business operations that tends to decrease our capital. Ito naman po yung mga na-acquire natin by which we have the responsibility to pay them kasi nakuha na natin sila or yung mga services na nakuha na natin such as Meralco, water bill, telephone and telegraph, and more. Okay? So, by this time, marunong na kayo at alam nyo na kung paano sila i-classify according to what classification they belong with. Now, it is very important kasi our topic for today is debit and credit. Napaka-importante para malaman ninyo kung paano siya i-classify kung siya ba ay debit account or credit account. So, basically, ang debit at ang credit po ay ang madalas or ang typical po nating may encounter kapag po nag-aaral tayo ng accounting. Okay, so kahit anumang uri ng accounting po ang ating inaaral or kukunin sa college, basically ito po ay isa sa pinaka-importante or vital po na dapat nating malaman. Okay, so ang debit and ang credit. So let's talk about debits and credits. Transactions have a twofold effect on the resources of the business. And the dual effect, which is recorded in a double entry system of accounting, is the basis of the systems of debits and credits. So let's imagine po na meron po tayong piece of paper and this one is considered as our business. Once na finold po natin siya in half, tapos nilagyan po natin ng ink yung isang side, okay? So ang possibilities po ay magkakaroon din po ng ink yung other side. Na kapag binuklat nyo po yung paper, parehas na po silang merong tinta. Okay? So, yung isang side po represents the debit side and the other side represents the credit side. Meaning to say, if there are things or changes happening to our credit account or credit side, meron din pong mangyayari na changes or effect on the debit side. Okay? So, balikan po natin. When we say debit, these are the values that we receive. Okay? So, ito po yung mga bagay na natatanggap po ng negosyo. Okay? So, pwede po siyang tawaging debre, okay? Or, in short, ay DR. Pag sinabi naman po natin credit, these are the values given out. Ito po yung mga bagay na binibigay natin papalabas ng negosyo. Okay? Pwede po siyang tawaging credre, or in short, ay CR. Now, balikan po natin. Sabi ko sa inyo kanina, it is very important na alam po ninyo yung different accounting elements para makatulong po sa inyo in terms of debits and credits. Kasi meron po tayong tinatawag na debit and credit accounts. Yan. So, umpisahan po natin sa asset. Asset represents the values owned. As such, assets acquired would indicate that the value that a value was received. Ibig sabihin, may natanggap po tayo. So, balikan po natin. Pag sinabi po nating received, automatically this is a debit. Okay? So, yan. So, meaning to say, kapag ka po ang asset natin, katulad ng cash, ng supplies, ng furnitures and fixtures, office supplies, at marami pang iba, pag nadagdagan sila, nakaka-receive po ang negosyo. And we record it on debit side. Pero, on the other hand, kapag ka nawala naman po tayo ng asset or nagbigay tayo papalabas ng asset, it will be recorded on a credit side. So, for example, nagbayad tayo or naglabas tayo ng cash, cash is considered as asset dahil nga nagbayad tayo, mawawalan tayo ng cash, therefore it is recorded as credit dahil nawalan tayo. Pero pag naka-receive tayo ng cash, automatically it is on credit. Next one, when we say liabilities, ano po ba yun? Liabilities are the values we owed. Liabilities imply a promise or accountability to pay a debt or a value represented by a promise given out. Ibig sabihin, nagbigay po tayo ng pangako. Okay, papalabas. So, therefore, it is considered as a credit account. Ngayon, sir, paano po kapag halimbawa binayaran ko na po yung utang ko? Okay, so therefore, mababawasan po ang ating liabilities at pag nabawasan ang ating liabilities, therefore, ito po ay i-record natin under ni debit. Okay, next one. How about capital? Okay, capital represents the right of ownership given by the business to the owner. Capital therefore represents the right given out by the business. Okay, ito po yung pagbibigay ng negosyo ng karapatan sa may-ari nito, okay, for its ownership. So therefore, dahil nga nag-give out tayo, it is considered as a credit account. Whenever the owner withdraws, or sinabi nating drawing, withdraws company assets for professional use or for personal use rather, capital is reduced or a debit is made. Okay? So, kapag po sinabi natin capital, it is a credit account. Pero pag nabawasan siya, which is what we call drawing or withdrawal, siya naman po is recorded under ni debit. Okay? Debit is made. So, basically, capital is a credit account. Yeah. Next one. So, income accounts are increases in capital as a result of business operations. Income represents services rendered, nagbigay, or given out. So, therefore, ang income po, dahil nga nagbigay tayo or naglabas tayo, therefore, it is considered as a credit account. And lastly, pag sinabi naman po natin na expenses, expenses are decreases in capital as a result of business operations. Expenses imply services received. Ito po yung mga serbisyong natanggap na po natin, by which our company must pay it. Kailangan po natin yung bayaran. So, ang ibig sabihin po nito sa expenses, naka-receive po tayo ng serbisyo from other people. So, dahil nga receive, therefore, it is a debit account. Okay? So, bigyan natin ng summary. Pag sinabi nating debit accounts, these are accounts by which nag-i-increase sila sa debit side. And ang mga accounts under this one is drawing, expenses, and assets. Tandaan nyo lang yung D, E, A, or DEA. D, ang inuna ko, okay, drawing, dahil i-denote niya po yung debit account. Okay, ulitin po natin. Ang debit accounts po, pag nadagdagan sila, ilalagay po natin sila sa debit account. Okay? Meaning to say, ang kanila pong normal balance ay debit. Pag sinabi po nating normal balance, ito po yung balanse or yung side kung saan po sila tumataas. So, ulitin po natin, drawing, expenses, and assets. Pag sinabi naman nating credit accounts, ito naman po yung mga accounts by which pag nadadagdagan or nagkakaroon, ay napupunta naman po kay credit or sa credit side. Ano naman po yung mga nasa loob nito? We have capital, income, and liabilities. Tandaan nyo lang po yung CIL, which is C-I-L. C ang umpisa, so therefore it is considered as a credit account. Okay? So, paano naman po kapag halimbawang nabawasan itong capital, income, at liability? So, therefore, dito natin siya sa kabila i-record sa debit account. Okay. So, para mas madali nyo siyang maiintindihan, ito po yung two folds natin. Sa left side po, ito po ang ating debit, at sa right side naman po ay ang ating credit. So, tandaan lang po natin yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. Okay? Yung DEA at saka yung SIL. Okay? So, first one, we have here our drawing or withdrawal. Okay? Ang drawing po kapag nag-increase po siya or nag-occur po siya or nagkaroon ng withdrawal, therefore, siya po ay i-record natin under po ni debit side. Yan. However, kapag naman po nabawasan ang ating drawing, okay, it will be recorded under ni credit side. Next one, expenses. Ang expenses po, pag nag-increase, ay mapupunta po pagdating dyan sa debit. At kung halimbawang nabawasan man siya or nag-decrease man siya, siya po ay mapupunta sa credit. Okay? Next one, assets. Ang assets po ay pag nadagdagan or nag-increase or nagkaroon, siya po ay mararecord under ni debit. Okay? Pero kapag nabawasan or nawalan or nag-give out tayo ng assets natin, okay, so nag-decrease siya, mapupunta siya kay credit. Next one, capital. Pag ang capital po ay nag-increase, mapupunta siya kay credit. However, pagka nabawasan ng capital which is in drawing, siya naman po ay mapupunta sa debit. Next one, income. Ang income po ay credit account, so therefore, kapag po siya ay nag-increase, mapupunta siya kay credit. Pero kapag nag-decrease naman po siya, automatically it will be placed sa debit side. So, hopefully nakikita nyo na yung pattern natin na kung ano ang uri ng account siya or accounting element siya. Kung siya ay DEA, mapupunta siya pag nag-increase kay debit. At kung siya naman ay SIL, pag nag-increase siya, napupunta siya kay credit. At kung halimbawang na counterpart nito yung nangyari sa kanya by which nabawasan, automatically sa kabilang side po natin siya ilalagay. Okay? Lastly, we have our expenses. Ang expenses naman, yan, pag nag-increase dahil nga under siya ni DEA, debit account, mapupunta siya kay debit. However, pag nag-decrease siya, automatically it will be placed sa credit. Okay? So, ganun po ang ating usapan in terms of normal balances. So, ito po yung summary ng ating pinag-usapan kanina. Pag sinabi nating drawing, it is a debit account. So, nag-increase siya kay debit, magde-decrease siya kay credit. Same with expenses and asset. Dahil debit account sila, mag-i-increase sila kay debit at magde-decrease sila kay credit. Okay? Pag capital income and liabilities naman or yung SIL, sila ay considered as credit accounts. So, therefore, pag nag-increase sila, automatically, dito sila ilalagay sa credit account. Pero pag nabawasan naman sila, napupunta sila dito sa may debit account. So, let's try. Classify the following accounts as to assets, liabilities, capital income, or expenses. Sorry. Then, identify whether it is a debit or credit account. So, isa-isahin po natin. So, we have here 3 columns. So, first column, we have accounting elements. Second column, we have classifications. And third column, we have debit or credit. Okay? So, always remember yung acronym na sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, which is yung DEA. Ulitin natin, these are drawing, expenses, and assets. And on the other hand, when we say SIL, ito naman po yung mga credit accounts and those are capital, income, and liabilities. So, isa-isahin natin. So, example, cash. Cash is considered as an asset. So, therefore, if it is an asset, its normal balance is debit. Next one, Garcia capital. So, capital is considered as a capital. Okay? So, therefore, once it increases, ang kanyang normal balance ay credit. Third one, accounts payable. Ang accounts payable is considered as a liability. So, ang liability po ay under ni SIL, okay, which is a credit account. Fourth one is Medicare. Ano naman po ang classification ni Medicare? It is considered as an expense. So, ito po ay under po ni DEA. So, ito po yung expenses. So, therefore, ang kanyang normal balance po ay debit. And next one, we have repair income. Repair income, okay, so nakita nyo na siya automatically. It is classified as income. And dahil nga under siya ni SIL, ang kanyang normal balance ay credit. There you go. So, hopefully nakikita nyo yung pattern or na-analyze nyo yung principles of debits and credits. Next one, para mas mahasa tayo. So, ulitin natin, we have 3 columns. We have accounting element, classification, debit, and credit. So, don't forget our DEA and our seal. Land. Land is considered as asset. Yes. So, therefore, if it is an asset, ang kanyang pong normal balance is debit. Good. So, kung nakakasunod kayo, you're doing good. If ever na hindi, balikan nyo ng onti yung video na to para maliwanagan kayo. Next one, we have cruise drawing. Okay? So, ang withdrawal po is considered as a capital. However, pag sinabi po nating drawing, tinatanggalan po natin ng pera ang ating capital. So, dahil ang capital ay credit account, automatically, ang drawing po ay nilagay natin sa debit account. So, kapag ang cruise drawing, it is classified as capital, but dahil nga siya ay under ni DEA, okay, dahil nga nag-decrease si capital, it is, mukhang may mali tayo sa ating sa ating PowerPoint. This is supposed to be a debit. Okay? So, debit yan. Very sorry. Baka na-mislo ko lang. Next one, we have what we call notes payable. Notes payable can be classified as a liability. So, therefore, its normal balance will go under credit. Okay? Fourth one, let's have gasoline expense. Okay? So, it is an expense. So, ang classification po niya ay expenses. And expenses will fall under debit. So, it is a debit account. And lastly, we have professional fees. And professional fees is considered as income. Yan. And kapag halimbawa ang income po ay nag-increase, ang kanyang normal balance ay credit. Good. Okay. So, next one. Ulitin lang ulit natin. Practice lang din natin to para makita nyo kung paano natin i-apply ang systems ng debits and credits. So, we have, ulitin lang natin, ang asset po is considered as debit account. So, therefore, nag-i-increase siya kay debit, and pag nag-decrease siya, mapupunta siya kay credit. Liabilities, sale, it is a credit account. So, therefore, nag-i-increase siya kay credit, at nagde-decrease naman siya kay debit. Capital is a credit account, therefore, nagde-decrease siya sa debit, nag-i-increase naman siya kay credit. Okay? Income is a credit account by which it decreases on debit and increases on credit. And lastly, we have the expenses. Ang expenses po ay under ni DEA by which nag-i-increase po siya sa debit at nagde-decrease naman po siya kay credit. As you can see, hindi po pwedeng ang isang account ay nag-i-increase kay debit at nag-i-increase din kay credit sa normal balances. Pero possible po yung ma-apply, okay? Pagka pinag-aralan na po natin yung effects po ng accounting equation or transactions and events sa ating accounting equation. Okay? So, ito, sample lang. Grab a piece of paper. Okay? And what we're going to do is to classify first the account, and then after which we're going to classify kung siya ay debit or credit account. Each account will be given 5 seconds for you to answer. So, kuha lang kayo ng piece of paper tapos try to write down your answer para makita natin or matest natin kung talaga bang na-acquire ninyo kung ano yung lesson natin for today. So, ito, example muna. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this one. Kaklassify muna natin yung account. Interest payable is considered as a liability. So, tingnan natin kung tama. It is a liability. Good. And liabilities ay under ni seal, so therefore, it is a credit account. So, credit siya. Next one is, yan, 5 seconds. I'll allow you to answer. Kayo magsagot. Then, after which, tignan natin kung tama. 5 seconds. Suk, capital. Yun. Okay. So, from the word itself, it is capital. Debit or credit? Okay. So, hopefully, humabot kayo sa mismong time natin. Okay, ang capital po is under ni sales, so therefore it is a credit account. Nice. Next one, ready?
Ayan class, meron na po.
5 seconds.
Hindi ko alam kung ano naging problem.
Okay. So, hopefully, nasagot ninyo. Ang accounts receivable is considered as asset, debit, or credit.
May mga nilipat pa dyan.
Okay, ang asset po is under ni Thea, so therefore, it is debit. Nice one. Next one.
Okay, so ayan.
5 seconds to classify this account.
Ayan, so fairness, participants
Okay.
naman ay
So, ang notes receivable is considered as asset, debit, or credit. It is debit account. Okay, next one. 5 seconds to classify this one.
Sa coverage ng exam. Start po ng
Prepare income from the term itself. It is an income, debit, or credit account.
Prepare po ang lahat. Ayan.
Yeah. So, hopefully, umabot kayo sa time. It is income. It is under seal. Therefore, it is a credit account. Last two. 5 seconds to answer this one. Advances to employees. Okay. Advances to employees is considered as asset, debit, or credit account. Okay, so ang asset po is under ni Dea, so therefore it is a debit account. So hopefully you're getting our lesson for today. If you have any questions or queries, you can message me or you can comment down below. So hopefully everything is clear, but we're going to have a review regarding this one before proceeding to our next lesson. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully you've learned from this video.
So,